Wonderhussie here, reporting live from the scene in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, somewhere between Las Vegas and Reno. Okay, more precisely, just outside the little semi-ghost town of Goldfield, where a breaking and very serious news situation is underway. Okay, I'm here with local Goldfield resident and YouTube sensation, Mr. M. You might remember him from the abandoned and forgotten YouTube channel. Well, Mr. M has actually changed direction. Hi, Mr. M.
Hi, wonderhussie.
So you changed your YouTube channel. It's not about abandoned mines anymore?
Right. Well, I was looking for an abandoned mine to drop my cameras down.
Yeah.
And I saw some Mustangs pawing at the ground trying to get at some water.
Wild Mustangs.
Wild Mustangs. And a friend was with me, and we happened to have some tools with us, and we dug a little around where the wet spot was, and boom, a bunch of water came out. And
oh, wow.
I managed to make a little pond there for the horses to come in and drink from. And,
oh, because the Mustangs were pawing at it, trying to get to the water?
Yeah, they're the ones that probably plugged it in the first place. But I maintain that spring now on my new channel called Desert Water.
Okay, so you're no more abandoned mines. You're all about water in the desert.
I'm all about water in the desert and all the animals that come in and drink from it and rely on it.
And you've actually found more success with your channel since you changed?
Oh man, it went crazy.
I think it's great. I mean, I do like abandoned mines, but how many abandoned mines can you look at? It's dark down there. I'd rather watch horses, antelope, burros, badgers. You see all kinds of wildlife coming to your springs.
Exactly. You know what? That's great. I'm so glad that you've watched enough of my shows that you actually, badger. You see that?
I didn't know there was badgers in Nevada.
But you know what? Not just that, but some of the fantastic horses I'm getting.
Well, okay, well, anyway, Mr. M, look, I'm very interested in drinking springs for these wild animals, but as the folks who watch my channel know, I'm really more interested in hot springs.
Right.
And so the reason I came all the way up here today is because Mr. M informed me that one of my favorite hot springs in this area has recently been closed to visitors.
Yep, closed.
Well, hold on a minute. Mr. M, let's just drive down to the site. I'll be honest with you. We've kind of parked just a little bit up the road from the hot spring in question because, well, Mr. M has been buzzing around lately, and he said you had some kind of interaction with the construction crew?
I pulled up the day that they all pulled up with all their equipment and such, and I pulled into the hot spring, and the gentleman that bought it introduced himself, and I introduced myself, and he told me he was fencing the place off, and I told him that it's breaking my heart to see him doing that. And he said, it's what? And I said,
it's what?
It's breaking my heart, I said.
Well, let's drive down there and just see. Maybe that guy's not there today, and you can kind of explain a little bit about what's going on.
All right, then let's go.
Let's get in my rig. You're putting your life in my hands, Mr. M. But it's all in the name of investigative journalism.
Okay, so there they are. They're all down there.
Okay. Oh, we're going to stay right here, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're on you.
Oh, you think they're coming over here to yell at us?
Yeah, they're probably going to come over here and roust us.
Oh, okay.
Especially if you were to put on your bikini.
We are filming this in January, Mr. M. It's way too cold for my magic bikini today.
There's a hot spring right over there.
Well, we can't go in it. All right, let's go out and see what we can see. Okay, Mr. M is chicken shit. He doesn't want to get out. That's okay. You have a reputation to protect here. You're a local. I don't live around here.
It's okay. I am chicken shit.
Oh, okay. He said it's all right to call him chicken shit. Anyway, you guys might remember this hot spring. I made at least a few videos here over the years. A beautiful little hot spring called Alkali, and it's right outside the town of Goldfield. Well, sort of between the town of Goldfield and the Silver Peak lithium mine, which, fun fact, it's the only currently operating lithium mine in the entire United States, right down the road there. And that's why a lot of folks liked this hot spring, because the water was full of lithium. And so it made you feel in a real good mood. whenever you soaked here. The downside now is that you can't soak here anymore, okay? I'm gonna have to zoom in. There's technically not a fence here yet. They just put these posts up. They haven't strung the barbed wire yet, but you can see that the intent is to fence off the whole dang spring. So if I zoom in, there was a really cute little round stone soaking tub with piping hot water that I featured in several of my videos, and it was a great place to sit and soak and look at the wildlife. There's a ton of wildlife out here. Horses, burros, antelope, badgers, all kinds of critters. You would watch them coming up to drink in this sort of marshy area around the hot springs. Okay, again, I wish I could get closer and show you, but I don't want to get arrested for trespassing. That's the hot spring, and then the outflow from the hot spring kind of went down the hill. You might be able to see there's a big rectangular pool that it's an old foundation or an old swimming pool or something. I never really knew exactly what it was, but there's kind of like a big marshy area down around there, and that's where a lot of the wildlife would come to drink. Okay, and it was really an amazing place to soak in this piping hot water full of lithium in the middle of this beautiful desert landscape, watching all these adorable critters drinking water. And so it's a real bummer to find out that apparently that's no more. Okay, I guess I always knew that this hot spring was on private property. My understanding, as long as I've been coming here, which I think the first time I came out here was like 2013. Well, I was always under the impression that it was privately owned, but the landowner was gracious enough to let everybody soak here as long as you were respectful and didn't litter, didn't trash the hot spring, and you weren't really supposed to camp right at the pool. So I would usually come camp. There's a dry lake bed there in the distance. I would go camp on that dry lake bed and just come over to soak. But apparently, that's not an option anymore. Okay, let's go back over to where Mr. M, aka Mr. Chicken, is hiding in the lee of my car. Okay, so what's the deal? The new landowner?
The new landowners fenced all this off, and
you actually spoke to him.
I did. He said that he was fencing it off, and I said, "How about over yonder?" And he said, "Yep, fencing that too."
So this guy fenced off 40 acres. 80 acres. 80 acres have been fenced off, including the hot spring, but most of it is being fenced off as 40 of it's being fenced off for the staging area for this Green Link transmission line. Okay, if you don't know what the Green Link transmission line is, it's a huge power line that's going to go all the way from Reno to Vegas, connecting all these solar fields out in the middle of the desert, feeding all that sweet, sweet energy into the cities, Vegas and Reno. Now, to build that transmission line, they have to, I guess, get permission from all these private landowners, and they need to stage a bunch of construction gear. And so that's what's going on down there. You can see in the distance, they've got some heavy equipment moving around. Looks like they're grading, leveling it out to store.
You know those big transmission poles that you see between Vegas and here?
That's what they're storing there.
Yes.
I see. So this property was fenced off so that we can all have cheaper power, I guess.
If you look at the private ownership in this area that you can see as far as you can see, this is the only 80 acres that was privately owned.
So all this land all around us, this vast desert valley, it's all BLM land.
Yep.
And so this was just like a little 80-acre private inholding.
Yep.
And now he's fenced off 40 of it?
80 of it.
He has fenced off all 80.
Mm-hmm.
40 for the Green Link and the other 40, I guess, just so that we can't soak in the hot spring?
He said it was for a liability issue.
Oh, okay. Well, liability, it's true. You get a bunch of drunk, high hippies soaking and walking around on that slippery rock. Somebody falls, hits their head. Man, they could sue him.
How long have you been coming here and knowing of this place, and how many times has that happened as far as you know?
Well, it's never happened to me, and it's never happened to anybody that was there when I was there, but I suppose it is a possibility.
Yeah, I suppose. But, how do you sue somebody for, I don't know.
Look, you can see right down the road there is a bunch of very confused burros wondering why they can't wander freely through this beautiful desert the way they used to. Okay, again, the barbed wire hasn't been strung between all the fence posts yet, but whoever said burros were the sharpest animals in the animal kingdom. I don't know. I don't want to say that in front of Mr. M because he'll probably get offended. You can see though over on this side, they did. There is barbed wire strung. And so this is what it's going to look like all around the late, great Alkali Hot Spring. Well, Mr. M, should we get back in the car and drive down to look at the Green Link staging area?
Yeah, I guess we could. I'm too scared though to walk around that side of your car.
Okay, well, you stay on this side.
I'm just kidding.
I'll drive. Don't worry, Mr. M. There's no need to fear. Wonder Hussie's here.
I love it.
All right, Mr. M, you stay here in the car. I'm just going to go over here and show the folks at home what they're doing to this pristine patch of desert. Okay, apologies, it's kind of backlit, but you can see they are grading a huge swath of land so that they can bring in these ginormous transmission line poles and lay everything out for what is supposed to be a 6-year long construction project. That's right, according to Mr. M, it's going to take 6 years to build this transmission line all the way from Reno to Las Vegas. And at the end of those 6 years, I wonder, will they take this fence down and let people go back in the hot spring? Or will this new owner still be afraid of some drunk hippie slipping and falling? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to wait 6 years to find out. But in the meantime, Mr. M, you don't really care so much about the hot spring. You're worried that the animals aren't going to have a place to drink?
Well, actually, that's what my initial feeling was that they were going to be totally blocked off from it.
Yeah.
But I've seen through my drone footage that at the end that I normally film or set my cameras up is on the other side of their fence. So
okay, so the wild animals will still be able to drink here.
The wild animals will still be able to drink here once they figure out how to navigate past all of this barbed wire fencing that they have in the middle of it.
If animals smell water, I mean, they'll figure out a way there, right? That's why those Mustangs were pawing at the ground when you first saw them.
I'm sure they will.
Okay, let's go see if we can get up. Well, I mean, let's just go see if we can get up close and personal.
We can.
To one of these watering holes. Okay, we are here at the site of one of these little natural springs that Mr. M was concerned was going to be fenced off. I don't know. It looks like they can still get to it.
From the north.
Okay, but why can't they just... Oh, I see, because it's an 80-acre fence and they'd have to go all the way around it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like animals will figure out a way around that fence. They'll still be able to drink.
Well, I'm sure so. But the hot spring is going to be a bummer to not be able to soak in.
Part of me does kind of want to go try to soak in that hot spring and see if they chase me out. But another part of me wants to be respectful. This is private property.
You don't have a hair on your ass if you don't do it.
Excuse me?
I said you don't have a hair on your ass if you don't do it.
So I would want to have a hair on my ass?
Never heard that expression?
No.
I bet a lot of you people have heard that expression.
Okay, well, I guess you're going to have to call me bald ass because I
guess maybe it's a men's joke.
Yeah, I don't want to go. I don't know. If it's private property, I'm pretty big on not trespassing.
The excuse me part when they made me say it twice is what,
what threw me. Mr. M. Okay, well, look, Mr. M, since I did come all the way out here and, it's sad about the hot spring, but I'm actually really curious to see some of these other watering holes. Will you take us to some of your watering holes and show us like how you get your footage?
Yeah, let's head back to town to Goldfield RV Park and we'll...
Goldfield RV Park?
Yeah, and we'll jump in the Jeep and we'll head out yonder.
All right, back at the ranch. This is Mr. M's base of operations, Goldfield RV Park. That's right. He runs a really cute little RV park here on the edge of beautiful, historic Goldfield semi-ghost town. I say semi-ghost town because there are something like 300 people who still live here, including Mr. M and including apparently some of these construction guys that are building that Green Link transmission line. He's been renting a number of RV spaces to them, so he can't be totally mad at him. Okay, Mr. M, you're going to go in and get some shooting supplies. I'm just going to look around the outside of your... Amazing! Look at this. He covered the outside of his house here with all these rusty old things that he found in the dust. Like, I don't even know what that is. Something from an engine. But look how cool, like the way it's displayed on here. It's just a really cool artsy patchwork effect. Or at least I think it's a really cool patchwork effect. I might have to adopt this for one of the buildings at my Death Valley compound. Anyway, here's the RV park out back. You can see there's a number of rigs parked here. All kinds of folks enjoying the nice, cool weather up here at 6,000 feet elevation. In fact, it's downright nippy at this time of year, but in the summertime, Goldfield is the place to be, especially when there was a hot spring you could soak in. Look at this. We have successfully mined 83 days without anybody dying. Been there, saw that. Get it? All right, sounds like Mr. M has the Jeep fired up and we are getting ready to head out. Got your gear? Oh, no need for a rearview mirror, huh?
No, I'm not going to Tonopah right now, but...
Oh, you only need a rearview mirror when you go to Tonopah? Okay, before you get your panties in a twist, we weren't driving very far. Just out into the desert on the edge of Goldfield, a historic gold mining town that's actually on the cusp of another boom.
Here's Centerra Gold.
Oh, look, here's the gold operation that they had to reroute like a whole mile of the highway.
Yeah, 2.5 miles.
2.5 miles because there was $1 billion gold deposit under it?
It was $1 billion then. I don't know what it is now. They found a lot more gold there than there actually was initially. The ore body's grown.
Wow, exciting times for Goldfield. But as exciting as $1 billion gold deposit might be, there's plenty of other action going on in the desert outside Goldfield. Nevada has the largest wild horse population in the United States. Somewhere around 40,000 horses are estimated to be roaming this rugged, arid landscape, which, according to biologists, only has enough water and forage to support 1/3 of that number. Which is why the Bureau of Land Management does periodic roundups, and which is why Mr. M spends pretty much all his time driving around maintaining remote desert springs, making sure that all the horses have plenty to drink. Okay, we have arrived at the first of the springs that Mr. M is going to show us today. He calls this one Mustang Spring because apparently there's usually a lot of Mustangs drinking here. Ooh, is that frost on this pond?
It is.
Oh my God, it is a cold day up here today.
Yeah, and that's another reason why the hot spring is so valuable of a water source for these horses, is on account of these things freeze harder than Chinese arithmetic.
Harder than Chinese arithmetic? That's hard.
Right? I mean, that's
wow,
two
so
things.
the horses actually did need that warm spring water because it doesn't freeze.
And when I set up my cameras here, I usually drive a stake right here and set my cameras down one real low right here. I call it my hoof cam.
Hoof cam?
Mm-hmm. And then I put one, I used to be way up here, but now I put it about this high. Let me grab it, I'll show you.
Yeah, love to see your hoof cam.
I put a GoPro 360 on this.
Oh.
And I power it with this. And then I power the camera with this and a GoPro 360 up here. And I put it next to the little pond there. And I used to think that it was going to bother the horses being here. Mm-hmm. But they smell me on it now. And they all come over and sniff it.
The horses actually recognize you at this point?
Oh, yeah.
And they know you're not going to hurt them. And
if
so
I really want them to come in here, I'll go like this.
What's that?
It's the air compressor that I use to blow this line out with. They associate the
Aww. But for the most part, you're just setting the camera up and then you leave for 8 hours. So he just sets these game cameras up and leaves them running. And how do you, like, the horses don't knock them over?
Well, no, that's how I found out about the hoof cam. Is I had one tied to that post that I don't own. It's just a post that's in there. And on the heat of the day, some of my tape came undone, and my camera laid down onto the ground.
Oh,
and I got all this footage with these horses.
Oh, and so you thought, oh, better to have it down on the ground.
Oh my God! Even if it cost me a camera, I need to have one down.
But Mr. M, you're like one of those little preteen girls that is completely bonkers for horses.
No, I am, and plus, it's the making of it. You know, I mean, it's like having a cast. And the only thing is they won't show up on my time. They show up on their own
They show
time.
up when they want to show up. Where do you think they all are right now? When it's this cold, where do they go?
Well, we might see them on our way to the next spring.
Ooh. Like Mr. M said, the cast of his show doesn't always show up when you want them to. And so, unfortunately, we didn't see any horses, antelope, burros, or badgers at the other 2 springs we stopped at either. Both of which have been cleaned out and are maintained by Mr. M and were flowing pretty good. But it was an interesting drive through a beautiful landscape, and we made a final bonus stop at a spot that was just as iconically Nevada as Mustangs, gold mines, and hot springs. All right, we're at the last stop on the tour here, and this is actually pretty interesting. Okay, so Goldfield and all the places that we've been cruising around, all these beautiful little springs, happen to be right outside the boundary of the super secret military base known colloquially as Area 51. Technically, it's the Nevada Test and Training Range. Okay, Area 51 is just one small part of it, but it's a giant swath of land all through Nevada, the middle of Nevada, and we are right up against the fence of it. You see any UFOs?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a sign. Okay. Look, I want to go read this. There's this warning sign, but there's also another sign that used to be right here that probably said, do not go beyond this gate. I don't know, though. It doesn't say it now. Oh, okay. If you're doing it, I guess I could do it.
Let's see if I get vaporized or not.
Ugh.
Well, I could have helped you there.
Oh, that's okay. I got it. Okay, so now we're on the other side of the fence. What does it say? Oh, photography of this area is prohibited. Well,
talking about over there.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm okay to film over here because the sign's pointing that way. I just want to read the sign. I'm not trying to get, blown up by the U.S. government or abducted and probed by any aliens. I just came here to investigate a closed hot spring. This is all a bonus. Okay, here it says, danger, visible and or invisible laser radiation. Avoid eye or skin. I don't know. I can't read it because the bullet holes. To direct or scattered radiation. Yikes, class 4 laser.
Right. You gotta admit, that's some precision shooting. Look, take out a whole word. At the carnival, you'd win the 200-pound gorilla on that one, right?
Boy, yeah, making lemonade out of lemons here. At least we got to see this Area 51 sign. Now, Mr. M pointed out that even though we didn't get to see any horses today at any of these springs, if you want to see horses at these springs, all you got to do is go check out
Desert Water on YouTube. And you can see horses and antelope and badgers and donkeys and burros and all kinds of, and birds and all kinds of stuff at these springs.
Far out. Everybody,
all of them.
Check out Desert Water on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description. And Mr. M.
Thanks, wonderhussie, for having me on your show.
Thank you for taking me around and showing me this stuff. I wouldn't have known about Alkali closing if it wasn't for you.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I love to be a whistleblower, especially about stuff like this, right? I mean, kind of important to at least know. A lot of people drive in there and turn around.
Well, if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.